Hello, Mr. Ranny Duck, and welcome back for another video. This time featuring the Tier 8 American Heavy Premium Tank, the T77, which is this season's top rank 100 season pass reward. So I thought I'd do another video in the tank to show you what it's like. I do already have a video in this tank in the channel because it is a tank which they gave away in a season pass not that long ago actually. So I'm surprised they've given it away again so soon. So some of you may already have had the tank, but if you did miss the opportunity to earn it, you do have an opportunity again to earn it if it is something you fancy. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, I quite like the tank. It's not a tank I'm going to say I love, but I quite like it. I think the biggest problem you have with this tank is you've got the Sergeant Slaughterhouse, which is also a 3-shot autoloader, Tier 8, American Heavy, which is probably just better, if I'm completely honest with you. However, I still quite like this. This tank's got a little bit more mobility than the Sergeant Slaughterhouse, and I tend to run actually the speed equipment on it to get the plus 10% on the top speed, because actually the engine power of this tank's actually not too bad, and it doesn't take you that long. For a heavy tank anyway, you're a little bit more mobile, I guess. So it's got the 3-shot autoloader in. You have got quite low penetration on the standard round, but you do have sort of 299, I think, heat rounds, if I'm mistaken, on the premium shells. And yeah, 360 alpha per shot. So here we are on the first map, bottom tier. I decided to go to this side, which I don't normally go, but it's a lot of my team went that way, and I was lazy because I didn't really want to go the other way just because I was in a heavy tank. I thought I'd try something a little bit different, to be honest with you. But it's not working out too well for me. I did get a few shots in the light tank. I wanted to try and push across to the middle. Unfortunately, I did get lit the second I across, and this AMX-30 actually slaps a shot into me. But we can see this Rampanzer now coming back from behind us. He missed his shot. We're going to make sure we aim this shot and hit it, because we wanted to take that Tier 10 lighter tank out of the game. And we did manage to do that, and that's obviously a big tank on a map like this to get out of the game. You don't really want to be throwing your light tank away like that in a map like this. So thankfully we did manage to take that out, and that gives us a bit of an advantage for our team. So now we're just looking for an opportunity of what to do. We know we've got that AMX-30 where we would, got to be conscious off when we poke and we'll be able to get shots into us. I'm kind of thinking it's looking like we are losing. It's looking like we're potentially losing the other side. I mean, it's hard to know for sure at this stage, but it's just something I've got to be cautious of, because if we do start to lose the other side, I may have to try and either push to commit to win one side so we can defend the base, or turn around, or just react to it. But at the moment, I'm just looking for opportunities to try and find a way into this game. And I decided I'm going to pull back and hope that I can catch this AMX-30 out, because he's kind of getting pushed back by a friendly team, if you see. And I'm hoping he's going to sort of push back, and maybe I can get a shot into his track wheel and track him in place, and then I can sort of dump my clip. He does sort of stop for a shot to get shot into us, and we do unfortunately lose another shot of damage there. Maybe I could be angling a little better to avoid taking that shot, but at least we get 2 into him, putting him onto a 1-shot now, because of he's got his full set bar friendly Kahora. And now I'm going to stop and aim this shot, because it looks like it's going to push T77 Heavy, and unfortunately it does take the T57 Heavy out. I'm looking to see if I can get my last shot in to finish this AMS-30 off, and we do just manage to do that. And then at the moment, we're 2 tanks up. That's looking, it's looking pretty well at that, this stage of the game. I'm thinking, yeah, it's not going too bad. It's still fairly even. But yeah, I'd like to get a little bit more out of this game. We're taking out now that AMX-30 has been destroyed though. I'm hoping we can sort of take the ridge where that AMX-30 was, and potentially get shots into that sort of scourge, and help our team out on the other side. Because now, as you can see, we have lost a lot of tanks on the sort of right hand side of the map, and I need to now react to that and try and clear this side quicker, so that we can then ultimately potentially come back and defend the base if we need to. So we've got this Cobra sort of stuck out. We get one into this track wheel. We're hoping we're going to finish him off, and we do. And now it's like the perfect sort of clip you want in these sort of autoloaders like that, to get one straight through the tracks, and then yeah, pick up, just dump your clip basically. So that worked out quite nicely. And obviously the side armour of the Cobra is said nothing basically. It's like 30 mil, so we're always going to be able to penetrate. So we're on 3,000 damage. But the game has kind of turned around, and you know, it wasn't that long ago we were 2 tanks up. We are now 2 tanks down. I'm seeing if we can get a finish on this Scourge, because it is a one-shot, but I'm clearly never going to penetrate his turret with AP like with APCR. Just never going to happen. And I didn't want to take a shot and put myself on a one-shot, so I decided to back up from that engagement and see if I can find another way in. It looks like I got lit as I made a cross. That was from that waffle, which I've got to be a little bit cautious of, because I was taking and potentially a one-shot to the waffle. But I'm going to see if I can. I'm just trying to figure out a different angle at this stage. Because you say we completely lost the other side going towards our base now. So staying where I am could be risky. It's probably not really an option anymore, because if enemy team push behind, they're going to get easy rear shots into us. So I need to kind of hurry up and try and find an opening, because this game is slipping away from us at the moment. We're now in a 4 versus 7 when we was actually winning this game. But I can't defend the base unless I've cleared this up. I kind of want to help my friendly team, because I'm going to really need to need him to win this game. But we've got this Scourge now, and we managed to catch him out while he was obviously fighting our heavy tank, and was able to pen him with the APCR, because obviously he was facing, the rear armour. And we do manage to take out another tank of the game. We're going on a reload. At this point of the game, now we're in the 3 versus 5. I'm thinking, can I quickly take out the enemy fun police, because I'm quite near, and then turn around to defend the base, because it's going to be so hard to win this game in a situation like this if the fun police is just able to take time under no pressure and aim his shots, especially that I've just taken that shot off the tank destroyer, put myself on a one-shot to all the tanks remaining. We do have a full health tier 10 TD with us, so that's nice, but this is another reason why I would like to take out the fun police, because I need to keep my tank destroyer in the game, and obviously that's going to probably be a target for the enemy fun police. But at the moment I've got this proc which I'm trying to, I'm conscious that I poke up, he's going to spot me, and I don't know where the other remaining tanks are. I mean, I know there's definitely going to be tanks coming from behind, which looks like this heavy tank has just been spotted, the IS-7. Unfortunately for me, I've got the APCR loaded, 230 yard pen, and it's not even going to be that from this distance. I'm going to be with the penetration drop off. Pretty much 0 chance of me penning the front of the IS-7. For the lower plate, never happening. So I'll swap to the heat shells, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to pen the IS-7 if he's front on from there. And I know he is a one-shot to us. That's a tank we need to clip out. I've run out of time to push that fun police. I need to come back and help out, my enemy fun police, or at least get back to try and take out these tanks before they come behind us, because they're not actually capping us out at the moment. They probably think they've got the win, which is giving us a lot of more time. I know the Scorpion is a one-shot. I'm obviously a one-shot to them, so I need to take out the Scorpion. He's not looking at us. We had to fire that shot quickly and hope for the best, because otherwise he was going to turn his turret and he probably just snapshot us, because the snapshot, the RB button is just broken really at the moment with all this accuracy. So I needed to take that shot in, and thankfully we do. The shot went true, and we take out the Scorpion before he takes us out. I'm trying to pull back now, because there's an I4 behind us. Sorry, not an E4, should I say, behind us. And I'm looking to see if I can save our TD and get a shot into this I7. We snapped that one in, and thankfully that shot went in. And now it's put us into a 2 versus 2. Because obviously the E4 is not that quick, I feel like I've got time to get back and kill the fun police. I'm not concerned. He's not going to cap us out. That's not going to happen. So the best thing for me to do now is take out the enemy fun police, and then we'll be in a 2 versus 1, and we should be able to together make short work of the E4. I know this artillery is actually just shot, so he's not going to be able to shoot us here. So we aim that shot and we do take him out, picking ourselves up the 7th kill and clearing the fun police. And like I say now, although I am a one-shot to the E4, at least we're in a 2 versus 1. So I'm trying to get over to our TD to help him out now. We just spotted the E4. He doesn't have a shot at us quite yet, so we're going to get into safety before he does. And now we're just going to wait patiently until we lose our 6th sense and try and find a different angle to help our tank destroyer. I think our tank destroyer can afford to take a shot at this point. So what I really want him to do is to stay a little bit patient until I get close, and then really the tank destroyer can then just go in, eat the shot off of the E4, and once he's on reload, I can just drive behind the tank destroyer or get behind him, get a different angle, and clip him out. At least that's the plan. I'm just making sure he wasn't going to be able to shoot me as I crossed here. He's obviously paying attention to that tank destroyer, so I don't have to worry about that. I was going to go a different route to help out, but I decided that I'm not just going to take the most direct route now because our TD has engaged. It looks like he has put a shot into him, so he probably can win this without me now because he's got the hit point advantage. He can take a shot and then he can just shoot the E4. But I want to get over there to help out just in case, just in case he bounces his shot. I want to be there to support and potentially pick up the 8th kill. So he's going to look for get a shot into the side of the turret, but it wasn't going to happen because he turned. I pulled back just in case he went for a shot into me, and yeah, we don't manage to get the kill, but we do manage to bring that game back and bring a win for the first game. So let's see how we got on. We got MVP, 7 kills, 4,200 damage, 18 pens, obviously Devastator, and the Ace Tanker. So that's it for the first replay, and we got one more to come, so I'll see you over there in a little bit. Okay, so thanks for staying with us, and here we are for the second replay on Steps, Standard Battle, and this time we are top tier, but there is one fun police in the game, which can be a bit of a problem on Steps at times when you're on a heavy, but that's just what we're going to deal with. And we're going to go to heavy side for this spawn because the way the spawns are now, the enemy has advantage of winning the other side from that side, so it's kind of just pointless going there with a heavy tank. I just might have to be aware of the fact that I may have to return to defend my base at one point. Now, this position here is good for catching people out when they make the cross, but it's also very risky, so I kind of wanted to stay that because you see here, I'll keep looking over my shoulder. If I get spotted, or well, when I get spotted, I can potentially get shot from behind, so it is from the side, so it is risky. But this is what it's good for when you're in an autoloader, to catch out the initial tanks and get that clip of damage in, which is why I took the position. And we do get a full clip, putting us on just over 1,000 damage at the start of the game, which is nice. But this is where I've got to be careful, because annoyingly, as I'm pulling back, you can see there's an absolution. I can't stay here, I'm going to keep getting shot, so I've got to accept that I'm going to take some damage escaping and get to a sort of safer location like here, which is a little bit safer from getting shot on the side. It doesn't help me getting shot by the fun police, but that's just how it is. We've got this defender who's just pushed up, so waiting for a reload. I keep scanning just in case there's an opportunity to get any damage elsewhere. When I realise that's not the case, I'm going to try and get a shot into this T5 42, the unskinned Sergeant Slaughterhouse, which is what I think is probably a better version than this tank, if I'm honest. But we get 2 shots in. We do eat 1 shot from the side, and we can't stay where we are. So we're going to try and push up and see if we can take care of these heavy tanks now. Because as you can see, the enemy team have won the other side of the map, and they are pushing into our base. So my intention is to clear these initial heavies as quickly as possible, and then turn around and come back and defend the base. Because what you can often do, like you can see here, we've now won the initial engagement in the heavy flank. But it's quite clear if you're using this mini-map that you can see the enemy team are in a base and our friendly team are in need of assistance to defend that base. Now the mistake what people can make quite often, just like these other heavy tanks, they continue their push. when there's no need to continue that push. It's going to be a difficult push anyway, because you're going to have the artillery shooting down on you, but we keep pushing in the north, where what we really should do here is, if we all came back together, we would clear the base out when we come back to defend, and then we can go on and start our attack again, because we really haven't got to drive that far back to defend our base. So it's probably, it makes sense to do that. So I've gone back to my back, food tank thankfully have come with me, and we're looking to try and take a sneaky position to take out those heavy tanks, which are in a bit of an awkward angle for us. So I was looking to try and work for a shot. I've swapped to the smaller mini-map because I want to know exactly where everything is, and I'm looking to try and get some shots into this Alpine Tiger. We get 2 in through the lower plate. We can't find a shot for the third. I'm going to pull back to safety now, because because obviously we can get shot from the left hand side, like I say, but this was quite a nice position to defend, the cap. If they do fall sending into the cap circle, we've got lovely shots onto them, so that's why I've taken this. I'm waiting for my reload to go off. Like I say, I want to take out this Alpine Tiger if possible, but I keep I'm always scanning to check like the hit points of the enemy team, because that's always important, knowing that what you can and can't clip out. I've got lit there. I'm trying to work out if someone's got a shot on the side, but I'm not getting targeted. This dragon has pushed out. I know I can clip him. I want to clip him, so we just push out, making sure we get that kill. Now in a minute you're going to see a little bit of lag, which is really weird. Must have been like the server lag, because I don't lose any latency or anything like that, and ends up costing me a shell of damage, which is really annoying. So I kind of point out when it happens. I think it starts off around about here. I notice it's not quite right. I can't quite turn my turret properly. See, my turret's facing the other way round and find it difficult to turn. And I thought, oh, okay, it's back under control. So go and push around. And right now, I've got no control of my tank. This is not me, by the way. I'm not driving like this. I won't full. It just drove me full send out in the open, and I'm like, what the hell's happened? And now I've got control of my tank again. So yeah, I don't know what that was. It clearly was like you see, I don't think my latency bars moved at all at the top, but yeah, so that was a bit concerning, and I was going to get a bit worried that it was going to happen again, and I really need to not die at the moment. Now, I got an opportunity to clip out this high. We are losing at the moment, so I want to take out a tank. We managed to take him out, putting it back to a 4 versus 6. But my biggest concern at the moment, I obviously can't stand here because you see that light tank on the other side. I've got 2 concerns which I think is going to stop me winning the game at the moment. It's that light tank and the enemy fun police. So they're my biggest threats. So that light tank there is still healthy, and obviously it's going to be able to outspot us, and it's going to cause a real nuisance for us. So I'm going to quickly try and take out this Alpine Tiger, which is sort of holding us up. Unfortunately, I'm not penning these shots, which is a bit of a shame, but then gets taken out by our Oho, thankfully. And now I'm trying to move so I don't get shut down by that enemy fun police on the equaliser. He's using a barrage gun, which I think is probably the worst gun for that artillery, so that's helpful. But I want to try and get out of there, because I'm going to need to stay alive. And my plan is, at this point, I don't think I can allow that light tank to just sit, have the freedom of the map. So I was thinking I'm going to try and push that, see if I can catch that light tank off guard. I'm just hoping that I can, because if I take out that light tank, then it's going to make my life a lot easier winning this game. Maybe even I can take out the fun police, but to be honest with you, the fun police is probably now camping down at like B8 or something. It's going to take me a long time to get over there to shut that tank down. But I was hoping I might be able to catch this light tank out, or get behind the enemy team, come back through the middle of the map and catch someone off guard. That was at least my thought process at the moment. But now we've just spotted this light tank. Now I'm thinking, oh, maybe I can get up high and actually get a clip into this light tank from behind. So I'm looking for the angle, but it looks like that light tank's actually gone in, so that's not going to be possible. But I'm just going to see, is there any camping TD still here? There's not. They've actually pushed through to our base, but now that they are into the open with me, because I've got this other side, so I push up to try and get a clip into this heavy tank. I have got spotted and detected, and only stopped. This is a bit of risk. Unfortunately, gets one into us. We do put him onto a one-shot to us now, at least, but we are now on a one-shot to pretty much all the tanks, bar probably the light tank. and we need to get back into safety. It's a 3 versus 4, and yeah, but we've seen better days. We're trying to lose our spot and try and get back to help our heavy tanks. But as you can see, this light tank is coming for us. We had a quick scan to check his hit points. Always important, because that's really useful information. I now know that light tank is a one-shot to us. So I just need to basically need to hit my first shot. I think I can probably potentially take one shot off this light tank. I can't remember its alpha, but I think I can take one. But then I'm going to have to hit my shot if I'm going to survive. He comes around. I managed to get my shot in. He actually bounces, which is good. And then thankfully for us, we hit that shot. Now I need to go straight into cover so I can't get hit by the fun police. It is actually back to a 3 versus 2. I'm assuming at this point the heavy is still kind of pushing our friendly heavies, but he's not. He's come for me, and I'm thinking, oh no, that could have been caught me off. But thankfully, we was loaded for one, and we managed to take him out. Imagine if I wasn't loaded there, that would have been really annoying. But what I'm going to do now, we are on reload, and there's one tank left, which is the fun police. So we've got to go and hunt the fun police down, and rather than just bore you with me shooting, you see that we just spotted the fun police tracers. We know where roughly they are, but I'm going to leave it here, put a bit of music on, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, so the fun police has been located. We're thinking that the tiger is going to get there, get the glory before us, but we're going to head over there just in case. Oh, and then unfortunately the fun police, he gets his prey, he takes out the tiger too, and I'm thinking he's on reload now. It's all mine. I need to go for this kill. We need to finish the game, get the prize. We missed the first, but we just squeeze it in before he gets to escape. And that gives us the top gun and gives us the win and brings us an end to the video. So 6 kills, just shy of 6,000 damage, 300 assistance, and that is the tank. So there we go, ace tanker, top gun, high caliber. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, your support has been fantastic, and happy tanking.
Hadouken!